Hey everyone, VortexTCG here, and today I'm going to be showcasing you the final deck of BT11 format. Yes, it is finally coming to an end in the UK, thank goodness. In fact, I think by the time this video goes up, BT12 should be out in the UK in case there isn't any more delays. They've delayed the pre-releases again, so maybe it'll happen, I don't know, but this deck list is for Blue Flare, and Blue Flare has been a very interesting deck for the past couple of sets, mainly with EX3 and I believe BT10. It's a deck that has a lot of good pieces but have trouble connecting well, but it actually ended up making quite a big impact into big events because of the new Ulti Cup rule set. And the Ulti Cup rule set essentially meant that a lot of the decks could be played. So you can only play single color decks, and Blue Flare is essentially that. So I'm going to go through the deck list. I'm going to be explaining my choices and some things that you might want to change coming into BT12. This is going to be pretty much the same list that will be going into BT12 anyways. It will probably change quite a bit once we get into EX4. And if you're looking forward to this video, please do like and subscribe to the channel. It does mean a lot. We'll continue growing. We've just hit 1k subs and I really do appreciate it. Let's try and get to 2k at the end of for the end of the year. Anyways, I won't waste your time anymore. Let's get straight into the deck profile. Okay, so let's start off with the eggs, and we're playing the best blue egg that is available to us, and that is the Veeamon. Veeamon, just a free draw when attacking. You attack quite a lot in this deck, so we end up playing 4 of it. There's no other reason to play any other one at the moment because, quite frankly, they're all conditional, and this is still conditional obviously, but you will obviously have a blue Tamer out most of the time, so we just play the Veeamons. Going into the level 3 lineup, we play for Gaussman. I think this card has been criminally underrated when it originally launched in BT10, and I think now it's becoming a mainstay. Because I remember early on in BT10 people were just not playing this card, and I don't know why, but essentially this card is something that they can block obviously, but you just get massive advantage. They usually let you go through security, and then it dies there, and then you either get to draw many cards with the Deca, you get to play a Tamer, or you get to search with Greymon. This card is amazing, and you play 4 of it as your main rookie. Another main rookie that you do play is the new BT11 Dracomon, and this card is really nice in the fact that it also provides you with a lot of draw power and also allows you to gain memory. So there's sometimes in a game where you have this in raising and you just play a Dracomon out, then you promote the Gauss, swing with the Gauss, it dies, you then get to draw or search cards, and then you get to draw another card with the Dracomon. It also has a decent inheritable which allows you to gain a memory when you play another guy, and that sometimes comes up. It didn't come up as much as I would hope it did in testing, but it's still a great card, and we play 4 of it. For something a little bit more spicy, I play 3 jamming Veeamons. The jamming Veeamon for me, I think, is probably something that you could end up cutting, but for me, having essentially 3 swings at security in this deck is quite important, especially as you don't really have much aggression until your opponent starts to build up a board. Because you can play like MetalGreymon and not stun anything, of course, but it doesn't feel great. So this is like an early game tool to break some security. It's really nice. And then to round the rookies off, we just play 2 Madoki Bayamon. There's loads of cards that gain you memory in the format. Z-Gray, Beals, loads of stuff. So you just play these 2 just to keep those in check. Now, getting on to the level 4s. For male Birdramon, this is it's really good. It's the one allows you to play a Kyria, and if you already have a Kyria in play, you can return a Metal Grey from trash to hand. people don't really remember this effect, but it's actually very important, especially as you get into like a grind game. And it's definitely easily forgettable. And then when you swing with this, you get to play or stun a guy if there's 2 or more in play. So it's your main stun target that is outside of Metal Grey. Then we play 4 Greymon. The main searcher of the deck allows you to reveal top 4, add 2 blue flare cards in traits. That's very important because some cards that you probably wouldn't have been able to get with it being like another parameter, you can get with the blue flare. So the trio Tamer and some other cards, really important, and has save as well. And if you have a Kirihara in play, you can return another MetalGreymon. So again, another way to recycle your Metal Greys. And then on when you attack, if you have a blue flare and you have 2, and your opponent has 2 more in play, you get to unsuspend. So it's your double swing for the turn. Then we get onto 3 Deca. I'm only playing 3 because I feel like it's not as necessary as people think. The Inheritable sucks, quite frankly, just gaining 1k DP. If it was like 1k DP for each other Digimon in play, I think it would be cool. But at the moment, just play 3. Does incredible draw. There's going to be times where you draw like 5 cards from this card and it feels insane, especially for a 5 cost, or for nothing if you play through Gauss. So yeah, you play 3. I don't think you play 4 because it's just a bit bricky and you don't play as many Decas. To finish off, we play 2 red Greymon. Metal Grey doesn't specify a blue Greymon, so we play 2 of this just to potentially get through security a lot more. And yeah, I like the extended art. I think it looks really nice. As a side note. So then we get into our level 5s for Metal Greymon. Obviously, the main boss monster. Get to material save 2 if this ever dies. You get to gain rush, and then if you digicross, you can basically stun the guys until you end of your opponent's next turn. And then essentially this just becomes a 3 cost double swing that also stuns another guy. So you play 4 of it, it's your main guy. Then we have the 3 Deca Greymon. This is just in case you need to have a little bit more protection because of the Armor Purge. On play or when digivolving, you can put a blue flare from hand underneath from underneath your Tamers under this Digimon as its bottom Digivolution card. And if there's a Deca in its sources, you get to basically stun another guy. It's really nice. Sometimes you're able to. You just need another stun to keep yourself alive, and this card helps you in that. Also, the Armor Purge is nice because you can go to the Armor Purge, then if it somehow gets de-digivolved, you have the Metal Grey, and then you can material save for 2. Then you also play Metal Grey / Cyber Launcher. Wasn't very happy about this card in my testing, but I think you need to play it because it does count as a Cyber or a Metal, and also it has a decent return effect for level 3s or a level 4. So yeah, I think you need to play it, but I don't feel very great about this card. I would probably consider changing this up in the future. Then we have the 1 Metal Grey X Antibody. This is for additional OTKs because, let's face it, you will be doing that quite often, and you can go into this, and then you can go into the next card that I'll show for even more swings. So then to finish off our Digimon, we have 2 Z Grey. This card makes the deck so much better in my opinion. Essentially, it's a 3 Digievolution on top of a Metal Grey, and then you also get to unsuspend. So essentially it becomes like 3 swings in a weird way. It's really good. And yeah, it's kind of like your ender, I guess. Now let's get on to Tamers. And obviously we are playing 4 of the main guy himself, Kirihara. Pretty much does everything. Set to 3 Tamer, and then if you were to digicross, you can use it from any of your Tamers to digicross from. So you play 4 of it, obviously. And then we also have the trio Tamer of Taiki, Kirihara, Nene. Sometimes you just need that one extra memory and some extra draw, and also putting stuff underneath without it dying from save, essentially. So you play 3 of this just to get your board going and going and going. Obviously, this card is really good, but obviously, if it's Ultimate Cup rules, you cannot play this card, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, this card is still very good, and you need to play 3 of it. I saw some builds running 2 of it, but I don't think that's enough, quite frankly. Then we get on to probably one of the most busted memory boost that they've ever made. It's Blazing Memory Boost. Get to reveal top 6, add 2 cards with blue flare, and get to play the Tamer. Important note is that if you only find 2 blue flare cards and one of them is the Tamer, you cannot play the blue Tamer. You have to add it to your hand. So keep that in mind. It really does suck when it does happen, unfortunately. But you have to play 4 of this because it is essentially finding you 2 pieces, setting you up a Tamer, and it's insane value. There will be times where you just play this on turn 1 and turn 2, just so you can get an advantage for the rest of your game. So you play 4 of it, and then it wouldn't be a blue deck without the final card being Ice Wall. It's Ice Wall. It's really annoying. Quite honestly, it feels really bad when this happens. But you have to play it, and yeah, that's all I can really say about the card. Anyways, that has been my deck profile for Blue Flare in BT11 and pretty much into BT12 as well. I really do enjoy this deck. I think it's very fun. It plays on a mechanic in Digicross, which it plays differently in a weird way. It kind of has... it plays on pieces and the names being a lot more important, and with more random support with like X Antibody, like the Metal Grey X Antibody, maybe we'll get even more support in the future, which it's supposed to be for Blue Flare. But anyways, if you enjoy this video, again, all I can ask is if you like and subscribe, and recommend this video to maybe your Blue Flare friend. Maybe he'll enjoy this video. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.